20 years ago, the 1991 Braves may have had no idea just how special the worst to first run really was. But this weekend, Braves Alumni Weekend, they're soaking in every second.
1991 there's not a guy here that'll never forget. They'll never forget 1991. Probably never forget 95, the team that was on that. But I think all along the way, we were in the doldrums of some of the worst baseball ever, and then we shocked the world and ourselves, and it was a run that we'll never forget. 1991, the only regret is it happened. We didn't get a chance to enjoy any of it. You know, you're in every single game the last month of the season. You're in a playoff mode, and it was a grind. It was intense, and at the end of the day, it ended in a way we wished it wouldn't, in a exhilarating 1-0 loss in Game 7.
The worst to first run may have taken the world by surprise, but the Atlanta Braves knew just how good they were all along.
I honestly believed it. I saw what we had in young pitching because I'd faced them the year before, and I knew what we had defensively with the pieces that we added, and I felt like we were just as good as anybody else if we went out and did what we were capable of doing.
That 1991 season was a springboard for 14 straight division titles and later a World Series championship in 1995, something Braves fans are still grateful for.
It's funny because I was at the University of Tennessee in '87 and '88, and maybe even '89, and I remember Bobby Cox as a GM coming through Knoxville with the caravan that we do now, and I met him, and you know, you become a fan of the Braves and that kind of stuff.
Player after player echoed the sentiment that they couldn't believe it had been 20 years since that team had been assembled.
My body says it's been 20 years, but it's hard to believe as far as the mind's concerned. I mean, it's been 20 years since this has all happened.
It was great to be a part of it, but more than anything, you know, besides that for Bobby, just being around, talking to a lot of guys who haven't seen in so long, it was pretty special. I really enjoyed it.
Braves Alumni Weekend was full of memorable moments. Between Bobby Cox's retirement ceremony on Friday night and Braves Legends game on Saturday, the 91 team might finally understand the impact that they had on this city. As for the game, it ended in a tie. But everyone came out a winner. For CSS, I'm Leslie Koerdt.